Hey everybody, I am at a new place. This is room 389 bar. Although I'm having, as you can see right here, cranberry juice. Ta-da! And with my longtime friend Carl Rose. Actually, this is Carl. Hey Carl, how's it going?
Pretty well. How are you?
Pretty good. Carl is, we know each other since Cal Berkeley days, right? And he is a cross-country track coach. So before I talk about the Raiders update, we're going to do this in a bit of a reverse, and have Carl talk about coaching track and track athletes, and also he may have some tips for you just to stay in shape. So hey, Carl, tell us how you got involved in coaching track.
Well, I was a walk-on at UC Berkeley. I wasn't very good, sort of on the squad, and didn't do anything really significant. And I think due to a lack of elite talent, I tried to figure out every little thing I could possibly grasp to be a better athlete. I think truly, really good athletes, they kind of take it for granted. They don't have to work as hard. I really had to scratch and claw for it. But back in college, I had a couple of friends that were ROTC. I was not an ROTC myself. They were just friends of mine.
You used to call them ROTCs, right?
ROTCs, that's right. Yeah. But they're good guys.
Yeah.
And they had a 3-mile time trial, and one of them wanted to break 18 minutes, one of them wanted to break 17 minutes. And they'd been trying to do it for a couple of years, busting their tails, and they couldn't do it. So they asked me to help them, and I gave them some workouts and structured their training. And then, sure enough, one guy ran 1650. He's a sports writer in Colorado. I covered running and outdoor sports and endurance sports, and for the Denver Post for 8 years. And I would coach recreational athletes, and they all seemed to get better. I had a friend who was a Gulf War veteran who was 70 pounds overweight,
70?
getting thrown out of bars. He was really.
Oh,
And he's sort of like, dude, I'm sick of being fat, just kind of like drunk all the time. And I said, well, you're gonna have to knock off this lifestyle. And he said, coach me, help me get faster. And I said, start by running 2 minutes a day, walking a minute, 2 minutes, walk a minute, 2 minutes, and make a total of 30 minutes. 2 minutes of running, 1 minute of walking. Add it up to 30 minutes. When that gets too easy, 4 minutes of running, 1 minute of walking, 4 minutes of running, 1 minute of walking. When that gets too easy, 10 minutes of running, 1 minute of walking, times 3. Eventually, you'll get to the point where you can run 30 minutes. When you can run 30 minutes 3 days in a row, then I'll work with you. But you got to get to that point. After about a month and a half, he came up to me and says, well, I ran an hour yesterday, now what? So I'm like, all right. And he's looking better. You can tell he really wanted to be a runner. Be an athlete, and he was. He ended up dropping about 55 pounds.
55 pounds?
Yeah, over the course of 2
Woo,
years.
man.
He started to look really good.
Whoa.
He ended up running the Boulder 10K at altitude, which is not flat and it is not sea level, and he ran it at 6:45 per mile. And he started rock climbing, grew his hair out long. He's a Hispanic guy, good-looking guy. Now he's women all over him, so his life totally changed. He just took care of himself.
So you made a rock climber out of him?
Yeah, he rock climbed a mountain bike, so he's just kind of an outdoors guy now.
Yeah.
Like he likes to run, but he mixes it up more. But he's just kind of healthy. He's living a healthy lifestyle. He's married now, so it's good.
Hey, what does it mean to live a healthy lifestyle?
Well, I think that's a good question. I personally have a desk job. I work for a division of the EPA. I'm indoors a lot. I get out after work and I run. If it's wintertime, it's dark. That means I don't see the sun. I was feeling kind of flat a few years ago. Go to the doctors, nothing's really wrong, but they do blood work, and they say, well, everything's fine except your vitamin D's low. Vitamin D? Really? Yeah, you need to start taking more vitamin D. Because we're not getting enough sunlight. We're not supposed to be indoors all day long. We're supposed to be out, being outside. You don't have to run. Get out and hike for an hour.
Yeah.
On your lunch break, go walk 2 minutes. Just get outside, get some fresh air. That's really important.
Yeah.
And if you start by doing that, you don't have to be a hardcore runner. You don't have to say, I'm going to do a marathon. I've never done a marathon. I've coached marathoners. I've coached an ultra-marathoner. I've coached 3 Oakland marathon runners. So,
Hey.
yeah, two minutes.
Wow. Wow.
And, I can coach these events. It's not for everybody, but I like to go run 8 or 10 miles, and it feels really good. And it's about fine with that. And every once in a while, I'm not in perfect shape, but I'm honest.
But you're ripping off 8 or 10 miles. That's pretty good, man. I haven't seen 8 or 10 miles in a long, long time.
Yeah, but it's kind of an acquired taste. And there's an old saying, our sport is your sport's punishment. But, you see a lot of runners that are just bummed, and that's all they can do is run. They're not really able to throw around a lot of weight or anything else. And they're tireless and they can go forever. So it's kind of an acquired, it's a unique skill set. And I understand how the endurance physiology works. So I can take somebody from couch to 5K, or I can take an elite athlete and make them better. Mm-hmm. I have a guy that just set a world best in the road mile for 50 to 54.
Whoa.
He ran a 424.8 mile at the 1 mile band in Los Gatos. And they can't call it a record because it's point to point. And they don't certify road races as world records for the 1 mile, which is frustrating. But he's going to try and do it on the track as well. His time was 3.2 seconds under the world record, the existing world record, because the other one was set on a point-to-point course in New York City, Fifth Avenue, which screams down Fifth Avenue. So, he may go do that, and I think that conflicts with another track. He's going to the World Championships in Malaga, Spain, and we're hoping he gets gold medals in the 1500 and 800 meter events against other 50-year-olds. He has a number one time in the world in the 1500, number 2 in the 800 right now, for 50 to 54.
Whoa. Yeah. Yeah.
And he's an amazing talent. He brings him as a state. His name is Tom McGann. And some people know him. And they kind of happy to see him back in it because he was very talented in high school. He got hurt a lot in college. Sort of disappeared. I think the key for some of these older runners is after he quit running, he went into boxing. And he boxed for 30 years, and he's a boxing coach. And he kept himself in magnificent shape, never gained any weight. But he didn't put 50,000 miles in his legs. Like, my legs are pretty done because I just run. But he kind of kept his legs a little fresher, a little more spry, so there's some juice left in him. Took up running again. His aerobic system was completely developed. He just had to have his physiology catch up with his legs and his muscles. And once he did that, he was back at it.
Hey, let me ask you, this didn't occur to me, but since we have like Raider fans that generally watch. Tell me your Raider story. You have a Raider story to share?
Well, yeah, I do.
Fire away.
So my father and I took us to one of the Rowdy Raider games. I was about 11. My friend Walter was about 11. And, it was like, it's not that it matters. This little black guy was my best friend growing up.
Yeah.
And so, my dad would take us both to the game because Walter's my best friend. Yeah. And we were kind of like, after the game, leaving the game, we were walking on some street, and Dad was about a half block ahead of us, and we were sort of dawdling or something. Maybe we're ahead of them by half a block. And this car comes toward us and jumps the sidewalk and starts like trying to ram into us.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Just a couple of crazy
Just
guys.
Randomly?
Yeah.
Wow.
And just like, whoa, the guys were jumping out the window, and we're just terrified.
Yeah.
Whoa, so you could just tell they were drunk and crazy. I don't even think they were really being mean per se. I think they were just trying to scare the crap out of us, and they were very effective at that. But yeah, the Raiders games have always been pretty wild. And I remember Otis Sistrunk.
Yeah, Otis Sistrunk that I've known since I was.
The first guy with a shaved head.
I've known him since I was 15 years old. Yeah.
And I saw it when I was about 12, and it was like, oh, that's different. Cool. And then I guess it eventually became a trend. But I remember the
Yeah, case in point.
76, I even remember.
Case in point, right?
Well, hey, it works for you.
Oh, hey, by the way, folks, if you're in Oakland, we're at room 389 on 389 Grand Avenue, by the way. Anyway, you were saying, this is Carl. Go ahead, Carl, you were saying.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I don't need to stray way off topic.
Okay. Yeah, Otis Sistrunk was, So, what advice do you have, and how do you look at training camp for the NFL from your perspective as a coach of athletes,
Training camp. Well, this is interesting. You know, I was thinking about it today, and I kind of have a formula for breaking down training on a daily basis per week on a percentage basis per day. So if you have 100% of your training in a week, your long run's about 23-24% of your weekly mileage at a certain intensity. Your easy days are about 9 or 10% of your weekly mileage at a certain intensity. Your hard days are about 13-14% of your weekly mileage at a certain intensity. And I kind of think this carries over to even lifting and physical sports like football. If you broke down your weekly workout load on a daily basis in percentages, I think you could accomplish something. And I'd have to study it more. And I was thinking about when we do a workout for endurance, you might run 2 minutes hard, jog a minute, 2 minutes hard, jog a minute, do several sets of that. And you might find with weights, you could do the same thing. A set of 20 hard, a set of 10 really easy, a set of 20 hard, 10 easy. You know, those are very high reps, but you know, something along those lines. And you know, I kind of want to look at that.
Yeah.
The other thing about running, and I don't know if football does this, but it's very arbitrary. The 7-day week. Football games fall on a Sunday, so we revolve around that. You know, we have our work schedules, our academic schedules. They all revolve around a 7-day week.
Right.
I would like a 9-day cycle for long runs. Everybody does a Sunday morning long run. Dutifully, they get up, they go out at 8 in the morning, they do their long run, get ready for their marathons. But you know, if you didn't have to work, it might make more sense to make it an 8-day cycle or a 9-day cycle or some other things. And I've worked with that in the past with athletes who are willing to be flexible and just say, well, it's Wednesday, longer day, you know, not really be concerned about it being on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And we've got great results that way. So I think that.
Does that affect injury rates as well, or is that? I mean,
Yeah. So what I do is I give them a very hard catabolic workout, whether it's a hard long run, a hard hill session, a hard interval session, which means doing 400s on the track with a little bit of rest, or 800s. You know, we're talking about distance runners. And then a hard steady state or mixed pace run. Now a mixed pace run might be, for example, 1 minute kind of medium easy, 1 minute kind of hard, 1 minute really hard, 7 sets or 10 sets. So that's an example of a mixed speed run. You're not really resting. You're kind of getting a little recovery on that easier minute, but it's not that easy. You can have normal run.
Hey, McGill, this is Carl Rose. He's talking about the interplay between track coaching and the NFL and athletes. So one of my people just popped up. This is a little slow, so you can see he says hello. Yeah. So yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
How you doing?
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
What can I do for him? Do you have a question?
Oh, hey, Bobby, if you have a question for Carl, you guys know the drill. You can type it right here. If you have a question about running, if you have a question about athletes and working out, anything that you might have a question for. I mean, we may not be able to answer everything, but we'll definitely do it. And then later we'll talk about the Raiders and that interesting training camp development. Thanks. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and let them know that I'll answer any question. If I can't get answered on this interview, if you forward it to me, I'll still respond to it and then send it to you.
You got it. Definitely. Cool. Definitely.
So just go ahead and drop them off.
So you were saying about you were on a little riff there, a roll. So yeah.
Well, I think that there are 4 kinds of catabolic workouts for endurance runners.
Yeah.
So we'll start with that. And I also coach some sprints, but I'll tell you about that. So there's the long run. There's the steady state run, which is usually 30-40 minutes, maybe experimenting with half marathon pace. And sometimes on those steady state runs, I change paces. 1 minute harder, 1 minute easier, not too easy. Things like that. You float, and then you hard session. And that sequence can be 30 to 40 minutes or 25 to 40 minutes, depending on what you're emphasizing. I have another day that's hard, which is intervals on the track. It might be thousands, like 1,000 meters really hard, with 2 minutes jog rest. You do about 6 of those or something like that. And maybe some quick strides at the end to work on turnover.
Yeah.
So that's a hard day. And the other can be hill sessions. We'll do hill sessions on the lower fire truck. And that can be really intense. And the trick with hill sessions, because if you're doing a half-mile hill, it's a very long recovery coming down, so you don't lollygag downhill. You just come downhill like normal run pace. It's kind of a suppressed recovery, but by the time you get down to the bottom of the hill, you should be ready to go.
Yeah.
If you're wondering when your body is recovered enough for the next interval, check your heart rate. When it drops to about 120, 125, you're usually good to go.
But when heart rate drops to 120, 125?
Yeah, because it's going to be elevated. It might be 160, 170.
Yeah.
When it comes back down to 120, 125, if you're uncertain about when to go next, you think, oh, I'm still pretty wasted. I'm still pretty tired. And do a quick check at about 120. You should be able to handle the next interval.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, so what about a world-class athlete like a Marshawn Lynch working out? What advice would you have for a guy that seemingly has his workout covered, but has there anything that you may have noticed, or maybe that he should watch out for, or maybe everybody can improve, right?
Well, I've noticed athletes are better about it now in the NFL than they used to be, but those summer camps are essential. And for distance runners, that's when you're just doing mileage. You are having mileage for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're not doing as many track workouts. We're out on the trails more, just working on strength, aerobic foundation. And I think distance runners, it kind of carries over to football players. They're not doing all-out sprints, but they're building up their strength foundation. And you do need an aerobic foundation. I coach some sprinters. I have some kids that come in from West Oakland, Emeryville, from Emory High and some places like that. And I work with them too. They're kind of a volunteer thing. They come out to our club and train with us sometimes. We have a kid that made NCS, who's a sophomore in the 800, a nice guy. Todd Kane Ross Jr., look out for him.
What's his name?
Todd Kane Ross Jr.
Todd Kane Ross Jr.
Kane Ross Jr.
Okay.
Emory High.
Yeah.
And he ran a 159 800 as a sophomore, which is very good. And big things for him.
Oh.
He wasn't.
Hey, so if we have a
anything.
track star that we think needs work, we send them to you, right?
Yeah, football players in college, the good programs send their athletes to the track team in the spring.
Yeah.
Because it's a non-contact venue in which to maintain fitness. You're maintaining great fitness. You're not getting beat up on the football field. But you're working on your speed, you're working on your weights, you're working on your agility. And then in the summer, you kind of revamp with the weights and get strong and get your size back. But, football is kind of a 4-month sport. And in the 8 months of the year, other than your little break, you're trying to get top condition. So, the summer's probably more of a weights foundation and some speed work, basic sprinting. But in the spring, I've noticed a lot of good football players come over to the track team and they're really big. Like they're throwing shot put. They're not necessarily doing sprints.
Hey,
if they're sprinters, they're doing the 60 or the 100.
Yeah. Have you noticed an increase in what I would call hybrid workouts, like with Tai Chi and that sort of thing?
Yeah.
I mean, why is that? I mean, I'm curious.
Well, I think
Not that there's anything wrong with it, I'm just curious, Yoga.
Everybody's always looking for
An edge.
a new different thing. And some of it's fact, but science does bear out that a lot of different workouts out there complement your primary sport. And I have my runners pool running once a week because it's low impact.
Pool running?
Yeah, deep water.
So running in the pool. Wow, okay.
It's nasty.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you're injured, that's a good way to go. And it's not fun unless you have 8 guys in there and they're all making fun of each other. Because it takes about 2 minutes to get across the pool and you're kind of like power dog paddling. And it's not that fun.
Huh.
And it's cold. It's 7 in the morning or something. And it's kind of like, but they come out, their legs aren't beat up, and they feel pretty good. And if you're a dedicated athlete, you take these little steps to do whatever it takes. And on an off day, you have an active rest day, you might go lift, you might go ride a bike, you might hit the rowing machine to build up some upper body strength. Because your heart and lungs don't know the difference. Let me emphasize that. Your heart and lungs will not know the difference whether you're running, biking, swimming, hitting the bag. Your heart and lungs are still cranked up. Now,
so it's a machine. The machine is, right?
Pardon me?
You said your heart and lungs won't know the difference, right? You were saying.
If they're getting elevated, they're getting elevated. So you're maintaining fitness, whether you're running, biking, swimming, rowing, hitting the bags. Now, running is sport-specific fitness for running. So that's what you want to concentrate on. But it's okay to, you know, layer in a few other things that, you know, keep your heart and lungs, you know, firing the workload and giving your legs a little bit of a break and changing up the muscle groups. That's okay. So you can, you know, do a little cross training, do a little bit of weights to kind of counterbalance the lower body work. Because I feel like, you know, I run so much and then I get in the gym, my upper body's ready to go. My legs are like, I'm not squatting. You know, so it's like I've juiced my legs through running, but it's like, you know, so I can tell that I'm neglecting other parts of my body, my core or something like that. So, you know, it's good to balance it out. And a lot of people aren't trying to be elite runners. You know, a lot of elite runners are just oxygen tanks with legs. There's not much else, you know.
That's funny, oxygen tanks. Do you have any advice for those of us, like, Saturday I'll be 56, I'm 55. You're 55.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for those of us who are in our late 40s and, you know, mid 50s who are, you know, working out? As far as, I mean, let me ask, how can I stop being in pain and carrying around Advil and get back to where I was running again?
Well,
I mean, here's the oddity. When I'm in Georgia, I go to the gym, right? I'm on a Stairmaster. I stay on a Stairmaster for 2 hours. And how y'all doing? And I stay on a Stairmaster for 2 hours, right? And I'm like, okay, this is great. And then I get back here, and I don't know if it's the uneven sidewalks out here and all this stuff, but I really feel the difference. And it's kind of like, gee, how come I'm in pain? I'm not in pain in Georgia. I can't explain it.
you know, that could be meteorological because we have the fog and the cooler weather, and it's a little bit harder on the joints. I had another friend in
Okay.
Texas, and
Glad I asked. I thought it was me.
no, he didn't care for the fog much. It's not even that bad right now, but you know, for some reason it crept into his joints. And when I lived up in Oregon, it was more noticeable up there because it's really cold and clammy. So those colder, clammier climates can be a pain. You know,
I've noticed it when I go back there. I quite literally feel like I'm 10 years younger.
Well, that's interesting.
I really do. I'm like, wow.
How about in the winter?
You know, in the winter, I think it's about the same. But that's a very good question. Come summer, I quite literally feel younger. I mean, it's like, it's really, plus we're away from the city. We don't have the noise and everything. We've got 5 acres of land.
Yeah.
And then I sweat. My skin looks great.
Is it soft? Is it dirt out there?
Dirt, how do you mean?
The trails, the running area?
I just go to the gym. I haven't ran in a while. When I did run, I was running in the streets,
When
but
you go to the gym here, it's not comfortable?
I quit my gym here.
Oh,
It just was because, I think, but even like when I was belonging to both gyms in both areas, I was still better there than here. You know, it was like, wow.
Logically related, because when I moved to Colorado, even though they had winters, it was a drier, cold. It
Yeah.
didn't bother me that much. And for some reason, you know, one thing I noticed, I was living in Boulder, 10 years out there.
Yeah.
And I got on a plane, it was 34 degrees in Denver, and I was wearing a sweatshirt, and like, it was comfortable, it was just crisp. It felt pretty good. And that's a pretty good temperature out there, unless it's raining, it's miserable. But you know, it's just about to snow, it's actually kind of crisp and wet. And it doesn't really bother me. And then I got off the plane here at San Francisco, SFO, and it was 53 degrees and drizzling, and I was just like, you know, and it was like,
Yeah.
it's penetrating. So there's something about the humidity when it's cold is kind of hard on the body, and I suggest a longer warm up, maybe wearing more tights and stuff. Dress like it's colder. You know, you have to wear tights or sweats. You don't want tights.
Yeah, because there it's humid. It's like 90 degrees, 95% humidity.
It's brutal to running outside, so you go to the gym, it's not.
Yeah, so you go out indoors, and if you just work outside or just walk to the mailbox, our mailbox is a good, I would say 60-yard walk from door to mailbox one way. So 120 yards two ways. If you think about it, that's a good walk, you know. And it's uphill, you know.
You know, I mean, it's a little bit of movement, but it shouldn't be enough to like wear you down. You know. But, you know, it's just the heat and humidity is really. I've run too far in the heat and humidity, and I thought I was going to die. I was in DC one summer for like a week, and I went for a long run. I was like really intensively training, trying to be a top runner back 20 years ago. 25.
Rob Iman says, I hated he says I hated Georgia humidity when he was
South
there.
Carolina,
Yeah,
right on.
yeah.
Like
He's like,
running around in that humidity.
yeah. The comment comes up here first before it's there. So let me see. But although
Yeah.
wait a minute.
You can't run very hard in the humidity.
Oh, there it is, right there. He
It's
says,
nice to hang out.
"Good evening, Mr. Ryman. How you doing?" It's a little, yeah. But he said good evening, and he said, "Yeah, you're absolutely right." Hey, so let's we're gonna switch gears now.
Running in the humidity is terrible.
Hey, we're gonna switch gears and talk Raiders. So, tell them, do you have a website? You need a website.
Well, I have a club website.
Okay, good enough.
It's strawberrycanyontc.org.
Strawberry Canyon TC. All right.
Yeah, Strawberry Canyon Track Club, but strawberrycanyontc.org.
Yeah. Hey, you got any comments about the fires in Reading? Because Rob says he's praying for the fires in Reading.
Well, that's terrifying because I look at this footage and I saw this fire tornado.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
my sister and there's two of her three sons and my brother-in-law are camping in a remote area about an hour and a half northwest of it.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
always been a little nervous. I don't like that at all. It's a huge fire.
Oh my God.
They're getting smoked out.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard from them, so I'm kind of
Nervous.
yeah. And they're out in the boonies, and there's no way to. I mean, they're camping in LA, and I think everything I've read indicates they're probably okay, but it's scary. And then there was a high school running camp that I was going to do last year. It was right near there, and I couldn't do it because I had work obligations this year, and they're in the middle of that or just wrapping it up now. So I almost went up there myself, and I was very worried about them, and I want to hear from them as well because there's a guy on our club named Ben Harper. His dad and I ran together at Cal.
Ben Harper, not the Ben Harper that's a celebrity that was married to what? Okay.
You don't get it.
All right.
He's quite a jazz pianist. You should watch him play.
Huh.
He's excellent. And so he was, his father and I ran together at Cal, one of the distance guys. And Ben came to Cal as a freshman. Cal didn't want him, he wasn't that fast. And we worked with him. And then he ended up walking onto the team last spring as a sophomore. And
Wow, how about that?
Outstanding.
Yeah.
And last year I was at their summer camp. His mom, who was at Cal after us, about 5 years younger. So anyway, she puts on a high school running camp up in the Trinity Alps. And I spoke up there last year as one of the guest speakers. So glad to have them up and wanted me to come up this year. And I really wanted to go. And something came up and now it's all burning down.
Wow.
I'm worried but sick about my sister and my friends up there. And I know that there are people in Reading that are losing their homes. And the fire season, we never used to have like smoke every 3 weeks creeping into the area where it was just choking. Now we seem to get that every month. There's just tons of fire smoke.
Wow.
Coming from Yolo County a couple of weeks ago. I saw a little bit from Clayton yesterday. And I don't know if this Reading school's going to make it down here, but it's smoking somebody out.
Yeah, there have been 80,000 acres burned in the car fire.
15% contained.
Wow, just 15% contained.
Yeah, fire
That's
tornado.
horrifying.
My friend had a video of a fire tornado.
A fire tornado? I've never seen that in my life.
Me either until I saw the video, and it's just like looking at it.
So it's a funnel cloud that's a tornado. That's fire.
It looks rather large. I
Wow.
will send you that video.
Yeah, definitely.
It's freaky.
All right, so we'll shift because folks, we're gonna talk Raiders and the Rob Iman says we need a sea breeze to help out firefighters. Yeah. Hey folks, I posted a blog entry yesterday about Mark Davis and an argument that he had with Lauren Piper. Lauren Piper is a Raiders season ticket holder since 1960. And Lauren gave him his piece of his mind regarding Las Vegas relocation issue. And it was caught from various different angles. But what's interesting, folks, is that the people who respond about this the ones who always respond to the negative are always from out of town. Like there's this guy on Facebook, because I don't like to have an exchange on Facebook myself. So if it's negative, I'll just block, right? But he was saying, how do you put it? He says, the city had their chance. You know the whole song, right? You know where this guy's from? He was born in Montana and he lives in Arizona. This guy's never set foot at a Raiders game. All right? So I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? You know, he's just talking to be talking on on Facebook. I know that's the worst. It's just kind of like, really? So, but all that aside, all right. The training camp was really more about John Gruden, or should have been. But Mark Davis, by my estimation, likes to. I honestly believe that he likes to get into confrontations with people, okay, and hear their disagreements, hear them complain about the Las Vegas relocation, and get into their like Lauren Piper and Sister Lauren, where you have your opinion and I have mine, and normally a person should be selling, Carl, selling why you're going to Las Vegas, that's what it's
palatable, like, hey, I'm going broke here.
Right. Yeah.
I'm losing $50 million a year. I can't do this.
Right.
You can kind of understand that.
And exactly. And he could have made it no.
Like he's just like.
Right. He's like, exactly. Yeah. Carl, say that again. That's a good point, Carl. What were you saying?
Well, if he could come out to the public and say, look, guys, I'm losing $50 million a year. Help me out here. I can't do this. I'm
yeah.
Broke.
Yeah.
He could probably understand that. He could probably say, oh, okay, yeah, you shouldn't hemorrhage your cash away. I get it. But if he's just sticking it to Oakland,
yeah.
I mean,
now, do you think that the city of Oakland should sue the Raiders?
I wouldn't think it's a bad idea. It's acting in bad faith.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I mean, if he's doing it because he's honestly losing money, or Oakland's not willing to work with this guy, and they're just saying, deal with it. It's and we're not meeting. Oakland's bending over backwards to try and meet this clown halfway.
Well, I don't think of him as a clown, but everybody, that's funny.
Davis, you're a clown, so you're a clown.
Oh my gosh. Hold on a second. Wait a second. Hey, Raiders, I gotta say, man, it's public. It's how the public feels. That's the way it is. What can I do? So there you go.
Left Oakland once.
Yeah.
So, like father, like son. I'll say it.
I like Mark. See, here's my thing. People don't like that I say I like Mark, but I don't. Well, my point. See, here's my point. I think a large part of the reason why I've said this before. I think a large part of the reason why Mark Davis responds the way that he does is because people have made fun of him in his past. And my point is that this is his chance to really prove that he can make something happen. And look, as a guy who's been ridiculed, beaten up for being, a black guy that talks white and all this, when I was little in Chicago, I get that, okay? I get being persecuted. That doesn't mean I condone what he's trying to do, okay? I'm just saying I get that psychological aspect of it. That's why I don't make fun of him, because that insecurity fuels him to do what he does, and that's why he likes to confront people. He's handling it the wrong way, okay?
Yeah.
But I understand where it's coming from. He's like Revenge of the Nerds.
Well,
I'm tired of people making fun of me. Like, Mike Silver made fun of him.
Yeah,
Called him Tommy Boy,
I grew up
right?
with speech impediment. I got picked on all the time. It sucks. I think we've all been picked on one way or another. I get it. I have some sympathy for that. If that's where he's coming from, great. But he should be a clear communicator and say, I'm losing money here. This is not working out. I've tried. Either Google or Facebook bail me out, throw me a bone, otherwise.
Yeah.
And we would probably say, okay.
That's the other thing, Carl. He never called on the tech community.
He's got a lot of options. You can reach out to tech.
Yeah.
And they could be Google Athletic. They could build a better stadium.
Yeah.
I mean, they could do a lot of things.
Mark Davis never called on the tech community.
Oh, well, then he failed.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
I mean, that's on him. That's just being a bad businessman. This isn't about his haircut or anything else.
Right.
It's just kind of like, you're losing money, but you have at least exhaust good faith efforts to try and engage the local community to back your ass up before you leave.
Right.
And he hasn't done that. And that's
right.
probably why I'm pissed off and talking trash about it.
And I see, and I think, So I think that you, if I had to gauge the choir, would be.
I don't know if he's bad or good.
No, right. I mean, I agree with you. I've met him. I know Mark. Okay, I've sat and I've had private conversation with him, and hey fella, and I've talked with him, and now he's not talking to me. So it's kind of like, hey, that happens. But I was saying anyway. Pushing it back to me. But anyway, that sadly, I think the good news about training camp is Gruden's back. There's a lot of energy. What's your prediction for the Raiders this year?
fired up. I think they want to pull off another good year in Oakland. Gruden's probably the guy to do it. I don't know what happened with Del Rio because I kind of thought he was the guy. But they fell off though. I don't know where it fell off the rails with Del Rio because they were doing quite well and I thought they were on an upward trajectory. And then all of a sudden, they just kind of dropped off the face of the earth. So somebody somewhere along the line, people lost faith in Del Rio or he was too abrasive and they kind of...
He lost the locker room, you think?
Yeah, it sounds like, it had to be something like that because they had pretty much the same athletes. I know they had a few injuries, but they had pretty much the same, crew of athletes and added some good ones. And for whatever reason, they didn't perform as well. And that's usually, on the coaching. And, the football players, they have egos and they know when they're not being treated right. When they're not being treated right, they're not going to quite give you the same amount of effort.
Right.
If you have a good coach, a really good coach, and I know this is a track coach, and having good coaches, and I've had lousy coaches. If I had, the coach I had in Colorado, I would run through a freaking wall for that guy. The coach I had, other places,
Wow.
it's kind of like, we'll say hello. So,
who's the best coach you ever had?
me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, when I was in Boulder, Mark Wetmore was the Colorado head track and field cross country coach. We had an open group of good runners in the mid-90s when he was an assistant coach at CU. I improved more in 14 weeks as a distance runner with that group than I did in 8 years out here including extended college.
Whoa.
Because he knew what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah.
And we all bought in. There were people coming from all over the country, all these different colleges who knew about these guys. It's kind of an underground thing, free internet. And you had about, 50, 60 guys training this big, massive group, and you just kind of everybody kind of got along. And the thing about running and a good football team, a good team or a good group of runners, you're like comrades in arms.
Yeah.
You have each other's back. You're not trash talking each other in the locker room. There are enough teams trying to take you out as a runner. The other teams, they're trying to beat you. And it's black and white. You either win or you lose. And you came in first and you came in back. There's no sugarcoating that. In football, you win or lose. And, if a team has each other's back, that's a reflection of good coaching. And somewhere along the way, you see a lot of infighting in the team. Like so-and-so's not getting along with so-and-so.
Right.
Coaching's not there. You're not respecting the coach, or the coach isn't respecting the athletes. Because the athletes have to buy into the coach, and the coach has to be saying, look, you guys, we have a job to do. We're going to respect each other. We don't have to like each other a lot, but we're going to like each other enough to get this done. And hopefully you'll grow on each other in a positive way, because you're all working hard. And we have enough teams that hate it. There's 29 teams in the NFL that hate us. We'll win teams. How many teams are there?
30, 32. Yeah, so it's 31. Right, yeah. So Malcontent says Mark Davis' distaste for the Raiders. That's what he says. He says Mark Davis' distaste for the Raiders persisting in Oakland has very little to do with money. He made a number of illogical decisions based on emotion going back many years. So that's
something you alluded to.
Yeah. No, I mean it's illogical decisions, and I think some people say that it's based on how he grew up in high school, his high school experiences. I don't know. I mean, I don't. He grew up around here. He went to Piedmont High.
You may need a fresh start.
But here's my thing. Okay, if you need a fresh start, just move. You don't have to move the whole team, right? Just move.
Just. It's like they're sticking it to the community because they stuck it to him when he was a kid, I guess.
Well, I don't know I don't think the community ever did. His father, as the story goes, didn't I guess groom him, and I think there are.
Yeah, his father.
I go back to Mike Silver and his story about Mark Davis in Yahoo, where he was talking about how Davis kind of cursed him out in front of the team and made him feel bad, and that stories like that, being disrespected before a lot of very important people, that can affect you psychologically. Okay.
Al Davis was probably very abrasive and abusive to his son, and I think he probably crapped on Mark Davis a lot more than we realized.
Yeah.
And it's probably hurting.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah, I believe it.
They could probably talk it out, but football coaches or football owners
No, I think you're absolutely right. You know, I think there's a lot
bit of,
a lot to that. Yeah.
He used to do like a month in the mountains with a backpack and a fishing pole and water filter. And
Yeah.
find his spirit. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have it right now.
So, what's your prediction for the Raiders this year? Hey, John Akala, welcome.
11-5, a couple of stumbles.
Hold that thought. John, how you doing? Welcome. This is Carl Rose, local track coach, cross country specialist, right here. And I should also add a longtime old blue from Cal, known for a long time. So since what? 1989? 1986. 1986, yeah. 1986. So yeah, definitely since 1986, definitely. Hey, so by the way, what's the story with Cal and Cal Athletics? What do you think of Cal's new athletic director, by the way?
Well, that's a good question. I actually wrote a proposal because they want to take down Edwards Stadium.
Yeah, I saw that. What was going on? Do they still want to do that?
Well, I sent a proposal to the chancellor's office. And they seem to like it. What my proposal was, take out one side of Edwards, one of the walls, build your housing there. Probably look better. Keep the track, keep one side of the stadium. It'll still seat 11,000 people. You could wrap around on Bancroft, put shops there. And you might be able to save Edwards Stadium. The reason tearing it down would be very bad is one, it's a National Historic Monument.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. Named after a military figure, Colonel George C. Edwards.
Oh, okay.
3.
Wait, Carl's up on his Cal.
Well, I wrote the proposal.
Okay.
We could have talked about that. And, I think the new athletic director is pretty on the ball.
Hey, somebody's going to see this, so hey, talk about the proposal, you know?
Okay, well, I should.
Yeah.
So, the third thing that is really critical is they were suggesting building a track perhaps up at Clark Kerr. That's directly on the fault line. That's a no-go. Plus, it's right on a cliff.
Yeah.
On the west side, it just caved right into the pool. You can't do that. Structurally unsound. Plus, you have the panoramic hill neighbors. I mean, you saw how things became when the exercise.
Well, let me ask a dumb question. This just occurred to me.
The football stadium.
Is Steve Kerr in relation to Clark Kerr?
No.
Okay. The reason why I thought about that is because Mike Silver is a friend of Steve Kerr's, and then I thought we all went to Cal, and I thought, wait a minute, did I miss something? You know, I just.
Man, don't quote me on that one.
Okay, I gotta ask Silver.
That's out of my wheelhouse. But
oh, here we got another comment here.
I kind of like this guy, and then the third thing I'll point out is it's the only gathering place in the event of a natural disaster for Berkeley students, staff.
Really?
Yeah, and
Edwards.
Yeah, that's where they go.
Wow.
If there's an earthquake, that's where they go. So you can't just take it. Plus, you know, it's a very big community venue.
Yeah.
High schools, they have, you know, graduations there. Many teams train there. A lot of diversity on the track team. High GPAs. Gender diversity, Title IX. It's also a women's soccer field. So I have a very comprehensive proposal that I sent in, and I think I froze them. I don't have the money for a lawyer, so.
Well, but you mean
walk
like.
it over to Berkeley School of Law, Boulder. Say, hey, you guys, you can take a crack at this. Here's my proposal.
Publicize it, man. Put it out there as a blog post on Zinni, on Oakland News Now, right?
Okay,
So
I'll send that to you.
Yeah.
It's big.
How big? Is it a PDF file? You make it a
4-page Word document.
4-page, just 4 pages. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and it has some images.
Okay, cool. Yeah, definitely. So that.
I made a pretty convinced.
Oh, we got a comment here. John Akala says, "Wow, 1986 is when I joined the Army Reserve." Okay, so he's probably older than us.
Ask him if he knows Randy Garcia or Mike Flanagan, because I coached them and they were in ROTC.
Oh, is that right?
Cal ROTC, Mike Flanagan, and Randy Garcia.
I don't know if he's local though. I think because a lot of people from all over the
Should be
place.
names out there. But
Like,
anyway,
oh, that's okay. No, I mean, hey,
the
it's
guys I coached, I was talking about earlier.
yeah.
The first guys I coached.
Oh, hey, so John, where are you? Let me ask. Hey, John, where are you from? John Akala, where are you from? Because maybe he is from Berkeley. You know, you never know, right? So yeah, you can find out. So hey, you got a prediction for the Raiders? You?
Yeah, 11-5.
11. Did you say that already? Or did I ask you? Oh shoot.
I think
Anyway.
they're going to stumble a couple of games.
Oh, John is from El Paso, Texas.
Oh, okay.
And Malcontent says another comment here. He says let's watch this. He says the city of Oakland versus the Raiders was never a fair fight. The town, meaning Oakland, never stood a chance because the Raiders have not acted in good faith. We must sue the team to recover money they owe us. So there's Malcontent's. That's not his real name, of course, but that's his nickname. That's what he says. He says sue. Everybody says sue. So yeah. When was the last time you went to a Raider game?
Me?
Yeah.
In a couple of years.
Hey, what about the Warriors? Got a
Yeah.
Warriors games?
I haven't been lately. It's just,
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
I'm just getting older.
What about the A's? The A's games. How about the A's games? Yeah. Hey, A's are rocking, aren't they?
Yeah. They're always good. They're a low-budget team. And
Yeah, they sure are. They definitely are.
they always strap their way to the playoffs, but then they fizzle out because they don't quite have the horses.
That's exactly right. Because everyone's like raving about the A's, and I'm thinking, hey, wait a minute. The A's, it's still July, right?
They're like the Sharks. They
Yeah,
volleyball to the
exactly.
playoffs and
Yep.
then they fizzle out. Yeah, so,
Yep, they certainly do.
get a couple of studs on board and close it out.
That's right. Hey, folks, so we are.
Warriors are fun. That's been fun. Because I was a Warriors fan
Who's your favorite Warrior?
when they sucked.
Yeah, I remember that. Who's your favorite Warrior?
My favorite, I kind of like Clay Thompson.
Oh, Clay. Okay.
He's sort of a middle Canadian.
Yeah.
Just kind of comes through. I love Stephen Curry.
Yeah.
Clay's just solid.
Yeah.
Solid. And
So what do you think about LeBron going to the Lakers?
I thought he was going to go to the Warriors.
I did too. I was pushing that.
Bad chemistry, but it would have been funny.
Oh, I think it would have been great. I think it would have worked out.
Just like, cow.
Yeah, I would have been like, yeah, forget it. Definitely, absolutely. So what I'm going to do, folks, is this has been almost an hour. Normally I go later. It is, it's almost 9 o'clock. I'll go until 9, which is midnight. I'm going to stop a little earlier tonight because of the venue, the fact that I haven't eaten yet. I'm on West Coast time, so everything is a little bit different. And plus, also, I need to call AT&T and fix the bandwidth. I have a bandwidth issue that's causing this right here to be, see that? Okay. And I'll tell you what's going on. AT&T, all right, AT&T, I'm supposed to have unlimited, I thought, hotspot. So I called them. They said, oh, yeah, we can change it for you. Then on the same phone call, the guy says, I can't change it for you. So I said, wait a minute, give me your supervisor, okay? So then supervisor says I can change it. So they change it, supposedly, right, to something that turns out to be cheaper. But then I still have the bandwidth problem with respect to.
Is this some net neutrality bullshit?
Carl says it's net neutrality BS. My point is, I just checked, and they basically are ripping. They basically are ripping me. So I got to call them and say, hey, wait a minute, you guys lied to me again. What's going on with this stuff? It's like unbelievable. Wait, say that again. What were you saying?
They basically want to find a way to charge you an extra $50 a month so you have the internet access that's halfway decent, which you've been accustomed to.
Yeah.
When the bar set up this high and you're expecting this kind of speed, all of a sudden you bring it back to 2002 and you're kind of like,
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, it's more money now. So they're basically extracting money from you so that you can continue to fraud applications.
Yeah, hey.
And that's the neutrality right there.
You're right.
Like the business is going to affect the ability to communicate.
Yeah.
There's nothing good about that.
Yep. Oh, so Malcontent says he's going to be at the A's game August 1st. Malcontent, I'll be back in Georgia. Got to go back for Mom. That's top priority. Keeping my mom company is top priority these days. Hey, so Carl, I'm going to close this one down. I want to say thanks for being my guest.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It's good to catch up with you.
Yeah, we normally go for 2 hours, but I think, you got to go to work in the morning and all that. And,
Yeah, I can keep chatting with you.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about running the Raiders. So.
Yeah, running and the Raiders. But hey, folks, tomorrow my live stream will be from San Francisco International Airport before I take the red eye back to Georgia. So there will be a stream tomorrow night. Yeah, so tune in. What's up?
Shout out to a guy from our club.
Hold on a second.
Shout out
Carl.
to Jonathan Briscoe.
Okay.
He was second today at the San Francisco Marathon.
Whoa,
He
okay.
almost won, but he lost by 12 seconds.
Wow, okay. Very cool.
Shout out to Jonathan Briscoe. Somebody came from San Francisco Marathon today. So, get some fast ones.
Yeah. So there you go, folks. So anyway, I will see everybody tomorrow. You have any news, tips? You know how to find me. Thanks, everybody. I will see you, and that's it. Thanks for watching. All right, and again, thanks to our guests. Much appreciated.
I'll answer them later. Like if he sends them to me, I'll respond to them and email him.
Yeah.
And forward them to you. So.
You want to give me your email?
Coach Carl with the C Rose at gmail.com. CARLROSE like the flowers. So Coach Carl Rose at gmail.
There you go. All right, man. So yeah, I got it. So, folks, you got it. I'll see you all later, and thanks again. All right, good night. Okay, see ya. See ya.